Hey there, everyone. Sorry I'm a few minutes late. Little Brody decided that he needed to go out at the last minute. So I had to run him out right at 1 o'clock. I'm like, Brody, this is not good timing. I tried before I came on and he didn't go. So it's um it's a cloudy, chilly day where I live in New Jersey. But we just got rain yesterday. I think North Jersey and thank you, Zephyr. I think North Jersey and New York got snow. I know Annabelle did. She got snow, like she needed more of that, right? Um, but now I'm saying that because now some grass and mulch in the garden beds is visible. So Brody's going out now and he's like smelling all the smells. Hi, Petra. I want to go back and say hi to everybody. I saw you coming in. Thank you so much. Kat, Lady Fanny, Zephyr has to mod over on another channel. Debs, Yusha, and I already said hi to, oh, Sam. Hi, Sam. Covered in ink from your crafts, huh? Thanks for coming on. And Petra, Maria, thank you for coming so much. I really appreciate it. We might not have a large crowd in here, but maybe people will see it on the replay. I know it's a busy time. People are at work. It's, earlier in the day or the evening, wherever you are. I might be having dinner, etc. I understand. But so as I was saying, some of the ground is showing again. I had been walking Brody on, where it was plowed or shoveled, and really didn't let him go free in the backyard because it was like an ice skating rink, and I didn't want him to hurt a leg or pull a knee or anything. He could kind of walk on top of it, but every once in a while, his leg would sink down into it, and I just didn't think that was a good idea. So for 3 weeks, he's been on a leash and a harness, and he's been a real trooper. But this morning, when I let him out and he could see grass and dirt, he got so excited. His nose didn't come up for like a half hour. It was great to see. And I reached 3,000 subs overnight, and that was very exciting to see. I'm very grateful to everybody. Um, yes, Kat, don't rub it in. What are you in the 70s and 80s, right? Stinker. Um, so I was really excited about reaching 3,000. That was a goal of mine, and it's good. So today we're going to start a new series about strong, independent women. I've chosen over 50. It may go into the 40s at some point. I don't know. Don't think there's a requirement to be 50, but um, I've been led to a lot of ladies who are in that age group, either through my grief series or just my friendships on here. And I'm really interested in speaking with them in more depth about their lives. My initial guest for today had to cancel for very good reasons. And my friend, Lady Fanny, was kind enough, hi, Carla, was kind enough to fill in. Somebody's calling me. I'm going to have to reject it. She was kind enough to fill in, which really means a lot to me. So let me bring her up, put the link in the chat. Today, we're just going to have Lady Fanny up, at least in the beginning. There you go. Okay, so while she's coming up, these are just general questions about, well, you'll see. You'll see. It'll be fun to get to know all of these ladies as we go along. And I know that from what I could gather, they're excited to come on the show too. We're calling it a show. I don't see her yet. Let me know. Let me know in the chat what you guys did over the weekend. If you did anything special for Valentine's Day, or you went anywhere special. I didn't. Well, I did. I went over to my son and his wife. So sweet. Invited me. Hi, Lady Fanny.
Hi, how are you?
Over 60 and fabulous. I love it. I was just saying, my younger son and his wife invited me to dinner on Valentine's Day, which was just so sweet, such a sweet gesture. And, but as you know, the next morning I found out that my little granddaughter was losing her cookies, so to speak.
Tossing her cookies.
And last night I had a little bit of indigestion and I wasn't hungry, which is unusual. I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. But for some reason, I suddenly got hungry. I had turkey breast on toast and felt much better. And
Good.
I'm still good. So this is a
Good.
good thing because I would have
Good.
hated to cancel today.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's nice for those in the UK. It's President's Day here, so many of us
Right,
have it off, including
right.
me. Yay!
Yeah, it's a national holiday called President's Day. There was Lincoln's birthday and George Washington's birthday in February. They smushed it together and made a Monday holiday.
Yeah.
So it's part of
When
the
we were
Monday holiday bill.
when we got when we were kids, we used to get 2 Mondays off in a row, and then they
Yeah,
squished it together. So they took two federal holidays and stuck it into one.
right.
You leave it to the government.
So Lincoln's birthday was the 12th, right?
Something like that.
Yeah, and I think Washington's was the 22nd. So they
Yeah.
smushed it together and made one holiday, which is
Yeah.
nice. And it's
Yeah.
nice that it's around Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
It's
It's nice
around
at
my
this.
son's birthday too, so he always has off, which is interesting. I wish I had always had off on my birthday.
Oh, me too. It'd be fun.
It would be fun.
Sometimes it just depends how holidays fall for me. That's all.
Yeah, yeah.
Most of the time, no.
Hi, Linda. Oh, you're here. Oh, thank you,
Hi, Linda.
Linda. Hello, Denise. It's
Hi,
lovely to see
Denise.
you.
Yeah, I haven't
So,
been on
guys,
much this weekend. I missed a lot of lives, but I'm glad I'm here.
yeah, I've got to catch up on Fiona in particular. She had
Yeah.
some interesting stuff going on. But I was just sitting there, wondering, if I was going to be sick or something. And I just, ugh, I wasn't putting my mind into anything. But thank goodness, so far so good.
Good.
So without you just let me know if, now in full disclosure, Lady Fanny did get a sampling of questions that I might ask, mostly so she could just think, because a lot of them I think take some thinking. Don't you agree, Lady Fanny?
Yeah, I read through them and I'm going, I really want my answers to be off the cuff. So I didn't want to sit there and
Oh,
answer them.
okay. Okay.
So, but I did
But it
read
did
through
give you a
them.
direction where I was
Yes.
going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I think that's
definitely.
really kind of only fair. So, all right. So let's start at the beginning. When Lady Fanny was a little girl, who did you think you would become?
I have to be honest. When I was a little girl, I just thought I would be a mom and a housewife like my mother was. I
Okay.
didn't. I didn't have these great expectations, and it was the '60s. Women
Right.
were just starting to break out, and I wasn't there yet.
I
Even going into my teen years, I didn't set great expectations for myself for some reason. I don't know what it was.
I have to say I'm the same or was the same. I wanted to be a mommy and a homemaker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I completely identify with that. And you're right. If you just looked at the TV where we were seeing the shows and the commercials, there really wasn't, not like any women were going up on spaceships or, you
No,
know,
I mean, you had. Mary Tyler Moore was a breakout show for
That's
women. She
true.
was, here was a single woman, making it in a man's world. And there were others too, but I don't know. I mean, I think part of it is our parents, the generation they came from,
Right.
that you educated the sons and you try to marry off your daughters well. That's the only way I
Right.
can put it.
Right.
So there's definitely more emphasis on my older brother in his education than there ever was on mine.
Interesting. I didn't have any
I mean, I
siblings.
love my parents. Don't get me wrong; they were
I
good people.
understand.
But yeah, there was definitely a difference between how the two of us were raised. David,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. And now you said before geographically you're in the Midwest.
yes,
So that also do you think that also plays into it a little bit?
a little bit. I think anyone's region of the country or the world probably plays into it. It just depended what kind of industry. I mean, in parts of the Midwest, it was becoming the Rust Belt
Mm-hmm.
during the 70s, and um, industry was changing in some parts of the Midwest, and other parts, the areas turning more white collar than it was blue collar. Which, and I grew up
Okay.
in a blue collar background,
Right. Right.
but my
O-
brother was being educated to be a white collar.
Okay.
See how that is? See
That's
how that
very interesting. So do you think, because they're saying now that I don't know all the generation names, but the generation now that is maybe in their 30s and 40s is the first that didn't necessarily do better than their parents. Would you say you and your brother did?
My brother, definitely.
Okay.
Um, but my brother married once for a short amount of time. He didn't have any kids. So he
Mm-hmm.
was able to build his business and not
Okay.
have the same demands on him, say, a married man with kids would have.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so when it came to careers and business, yes, he was very successful.
Okay.
But we also learned our good work ethic from these parents, from our parents. They
Absolutely.
had absolutely outstanding work ethic.
Mm-hmm.
We learned to arrive 15 minutes early for work. It was nothing to stay after work to get
Exactly.
something done. And this is what was taught to us by our parents. So,
Okay, I'm right in
uh,
line. I'm in line with you on that too.
and me, I probably struggled just a little bit more than ever I had planned on, and or my mother especially had ever planned on.
Right.
But
Right.
you sometimes you have to make certain choices
Mm-hmm.
in life, and that means sometimes you have to start over again, and that's pretty much what I had to do. So,
Okay.
I started over again in
Mm-hmm.
my late 30s, early 40s.
So that you might have already covered this then. I was going to ask, did your life turn out the way you expected or completely differently?
Completely different.
Okay.
I thought I would be living the suburban dream,
Mm-hmm.
married, kids, nice house in the suburbs,
Right.
white collar spouse. It was totally different though for me, totally different.
Right. So what's
Not to
the
say
one
it was a bad life, it was just a different life.
exactly, and that's okay. So what's the one decision you made that you would say changed the entire course of your life?
Divorce.
Okay. And that was for the better, I'm
Yes.
hoping.
Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right, so this is fun. How would you describe yourself in 3 words and why those words?
3 words.
Now she's thinking, I wish I had read the questions.
uh Stubborn.
Hmm.
I'm trustworthy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm willing to try different things. I mean, I made a career change in my 50s.
You're flexible.
And yeah, yeah, flexible would be really good. And hardworking,
Mm-hmm.
definitely hardworking.
I don't think you have to
So,
explain why you picked those choices. They kind of speak for themselves. Um, okay, so with all your experience, you're over 60. What is your perception of what makes a woman truly strong?
she needs to be true and honest with herself.
Hmm.
If you're not true or honest with you, it's going to be hard to be a strong person and to maintain that strength
Mm-hmm.
the whole time, all through life.
Right.
Because you can't fool yourself,
Right.
it will catch up. I mean, you
Okay.
can fake it till you make it, but you know who you are.
Right. So, what would you say is the most difficult thing you've ever lived through?
Death of my mother.
Okay.
She was. We were very close.
That's wonderful. And you cared for her, correct?
Um, we lived together. We shared a house.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, care for her. She pretty much cared for herself.
Okay.
Um, I didn't care for her till the end, till she was at home under hospice care. Otherwise, she was a strong, independent woman.
Oh,
And plus, I wanted her to keep as much of her independence as possible and do as much for herself as possible. Um, the only thing is, she had stopped driving like the last 5 years or so of her life. Those kinds of things, I definitely, I became her chief transportation, but when it came to home life, she still did some of the cooking. I would not let her do any more cleaning though. That was all up to me.
oh,
But she took care of herself. She got herself up in the morning, dressed, clean, breakfast, because I was usually at work before she even got out of bed. So,
mm-hmm.
and in some ways, we just took care of one another. Because I sat and I talked to her every evening. We would sit and talk because I wanted to make sure her mind stayed sharp and things like that. So, if in that way, I took care of my mother. But I never really looked at it. I just looked at this is life. This is what you do,
Right. Right.
you know. No one had
Unfortunately, it's
asked.
not what a
Yeah,
lot of people
people do.
do.
Right. I
Yeah.
just I never questioned not doing it. I knew for years that I would my mother would move in with me. In fact, when I bought the house I live in now, I insisted it be a ranch style 1-story house
Mm-hmm. Smart.
for my mother.
Right. That's great. So she was a role model for you then, right?
Definitely.
Wow.
Definitely.
That's amazing. Was there a moment after her passing that you didn't think you would make it, but you did?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely.
Just the feeling. It doesn't
It's
have to
it
be rooted
yeah.
in, you know what I mean?
Right. I mean, there's always some like a panic that sets in,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And yeah, that definitely set in right away, but I was assured, my siblings, assured me and everything that, you're going to be okay because they saw that, you know, she was my focus in many ways for so long that now it was gone and I felt like I didn't have a purpose.
Right. Right. Um, how did that hardship change you overall as you went forward?
more determined
Mm-hmm.
to uh, better myself because I don't care what age you are. I think there's always room for improvement to better
Mm-hmm.
yourself. To maybe do some of the things I put off for a while,
Ah.
things like that, and just become more determined to succeed at a few things. You know.
So did do you consider yourself ultimately stronger for it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. There's always a lesson to learn from everything from grief to hardships. There's always something you can learn.
Has has anyone in your life, a key person in your life, not just acquaintances, but has anyone
Mm,
that matters to you ever underestimated you?
yes,
Okay.
definitely.
How did you respond? Or did you even?
Um, I responded with one person by just proving them wrong, and depending on the situation, other persons not responding at all,
Okay.
just getting on with it.
Good. Good.
It depended on the person and the situation, you know.
So when did you realize you didn't need anyone's permission to really live your life? Or have you always been secure in that?
I've always been kind of secure in that,
Okay.
definitely.
And did you have to start over from scratch after the divorce or
Yeah, I was living. I had a fortunate. I was able to live with my mother, me and my kids, and that helped a lot. It
Mhm.
it it enabled me to get back on my feet and find my ground to stand on a little bit, you know,
Mhm.
because it's no matter how much you plan for something like that, it's not always going to go how you expect it to go. Things are going to
Right.
come up that, oh man, I never thought of that, or and then you throw two children in it, and you know, it become you surround them
Right.
to make sure all their needs and wants and make sure they're
Yeah,
okay and everything.
for
You kind of
sure.
put at that point you kind of put yourself on the back burner.
Absolutely. I think we do put ourselves in the back burner a lot when we
Yeah,
make the decision to have children
yes,
all
really.
through life
Mm-hmm.
in some way or another. Maybe not as significantly, but
Right.
I'm seeing that.
No. Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I admit that definitely. I put myself on the back burner many
mhm.
times through life.
We never
Yeah.
stop being
Right.
moms,
Right. Oh no. No.
ever.
My children are in their 30s. I'm still a mom. You
Yep.
know.
Carla is asking, I don't know if it came from something you said, but she says, what does it mean? What does it mean? Well, I'm going to ask you, what does it mean to you to better yourself? In what way? Maybe that's when you were saying you still have things to learn and
Yeah. I'm a woman. I'm 63. Cindy knows part of this in that I have been on a weight loss journey to better
mhm,
my health. A year ago, I was in a lot of pain and kind of knew it was arthritis, but I really didn't get the stamp that what kind of arthritis it was until spring. But last January, I just thought I can't keep going on like this. If I don't change something, I won't be able to work in a year. So I started changing something, and that was my diet. And I
mhm,
really looked into how to eat healthier. Did I
Hmm.
look at things like Ozempic? Yeah. Then I looked at the cost, and then I looked at, I don't want to be on this for my whole life.
Right.
I did have a friend taking the Ozempic journey, and she looks great, but she needs to take Ozempic every
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
It's costly. And that
Yes.
wasn't good. That wasn't teaching you how to eat. So I learned how to eat, and I have been on a weight loss journey. I finally got the arthritis, what kind of arthritis I have, where it's at, and that came in spring.
Hmm.
And as I've lost weight, my pain has definitely gone down. My
That's great.
mobility has definitely improved.
Great.
I feel better about myself because I don't
Hmm.
hurt all the time. So I'm constantly bettering myself every day. Am I still on that journey? You bet I am. You just don't lose a bunch of weight overnight. It does take time, especially after menopause.
Yeah. It
And
becomes a
yeah,
way of life. It has
it
to.
does. It has to, right? Exactly. And
And you are very
yeah,
faithful to it.
yes,
Yeah.
I have to be because I am not in pain.
Right.
Where a year
Right.
ago I was in pain.
Hmm. That's great.
Yeah, yeah, Sam. I've been checked many times for my thyroid. I have a growth on it. It's non-cancerous. I get poked every other year. But yeah, they checked many things because. But I was learning. It's really weird. You think foods that are good for you are not. They're not helping you. So
Hmm.
it and not the same thing works for everyone. You have to
Right.
find your niche in that. So,
Yeah.
but I feel better. So it's a constant improvement. I feel better now than I did a year ago. So I've bettered myself
Yes.
and the whole attitude towards it too.
So I don't know what your answer for this will be, but what has love taught you? There's not just spousal love, there's all kinds of love. What has love taught you in your life?
Hmm. That's a hard question. Love taught me that it needs to be fulfilled by love, it needs to be unconditional.
Hmm.
Or
Wow.
if there's conditions on love,
I gotta write that one down. What did you just say? That was profound. I love talking to you. There's always a gem.
for love to be true, it needs to be unconditional.
Yeah, that's so
You have
true.
it's it's 100% or nothing.
Absolutely.
There's no like I kind of love you. No, no. Either
Hmm.
you love somebody or you don't. You you can learn to love over time. Love does not need to be instantaneous either. That's one thing I've learned with
Yeah.
love. Love doesn't need to be over time. I mean, instantaneous. It can be over time. I think even the love between a man and a woman, or two women or two men, I'm not prejudiced. The ones that start off as friendships and then turn into relationships,
Hmm.
I think those are some of the strongest couples and relationships there are because they
Hmm.
knew each other long before they became a pair.
Right.
There's a great history to share there.
Yeah, Mike and I were definitely friends before,
Mm-hmm.
but not too long. Because I don't know, if I think you're friends for too long, maybe you get to know just a
Right.
little bit too much. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely.
Um,
I've learned to take time for a relationship. Let it grow over time.
Now, this next question is kind of silly, but it says, have you ever walked away from something or someone you loved? Well, of course you did with the divorce. Was there ever any other time?
Yeah.
Okay.
In my early 20s.
Okay.
I walked
Um,
away from someone.
oh, this is good. What is the biggest misconception about women as they age?
That we get cranky. I don't get
Mm-hmm.
cranky. We don't get cranky. We just don't put up with it anymore.
Exactly.
That's it. You come to a point in life, it's like, yeah, I don't need to put up with this. And you
Right.
don't. It's, it's amazing the inner strength I've gained even as I got older.
Yes.
So we don't get cranky.
And I think
Don't
that,
say we're all menopausal because we're not.
and I think it's just asserting that, ass- just asserting that someone can say, "Oh, she's bitchy"
Right.
or whatever.
Yeah. Why are strong women bitches but strong men are wise?
Yep.
Okay, call me a bitch then.
Right.
Call me a bitch. I
Exactly.
worked I worked with a group of women once and we discussed the exact same thing. And I said, then call me a bitch. I'd rather be called that than some weak little, oh, I broke my fingernail. I'm not that kind of person.
Right.
I'm
Exactly.
definitely not a Barbie type.
Oh, Kat said she was friends with her husband for 10 years before they hooked up.
Wow.
He was a
See?
family friend. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was, yeah. I
What a,
think some of those are the greatest
yeah,
relationships.
that's a blessing for sure. Um,
Oh, thank you, Carla.
yeah,
I'm on
Carlos.
Carla's wavelength. Thank
Yes.
you.
Um, well, this might be redundant too, but how did your relationships, and I think this is on the love length, the section on love, how did your relationship shape the woman you became?
Some of them, I would have to say, I probably just didn't make the best choices in life when it came to men. Um, a certain amount of distrust. If you ask me, what is the thing about you that is probably the most negative thing, is that I have trust issues.
Mm-hmm.
Things have happened in my life for years that has caused me to say trust issues. And I had a friend, she's a counselor, and she goes, everyone has anxiety, in quotation marks, everyone's got some kind of anxiety in their life, and something else. And mine, it was always trust issues. So um yeah, when trust is broken with me, it just it puts something in me like, not doing that again.
Right.
That's why I say click off, walk away,
Mm-hmm.
because that's how I am. And that's probably what the hard things in life have done to me, is not trust very easily.
Right. And you had said in our prior live on narcissism that your ex was a narcissist, right?
Yes.
So click off is really important.
Clicking off is very important there.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Um, now you don't you live with one of your children, but
Mm-hmm.
what would I mean, he's got his own life.
Oh, yeah.
What would you tell women who are afraid of being alone?
You know, I'm not afraid of being alone.
Hmm.
I travel by myself.
Hmm.
I've been to uh, England 4 times.
Hmm.
I each time is by myself. I don't mind traveling by myself. Don't look at the good aspects of being alone. You get to do what you want to do when you want to do it, how you want to do it.
Right.
Um, there are certain things over years, I never cared to eat, but I was married to somebody who liked it, or I was living with somebody who liked it, and so I'm
Mm-hmm.
cooking stuff I don't like to eat. Guess what? I don't cook stuff I don't like to eat
There you
anymore.
go.
Um, though I have a grown son, he does live here at home. We share the house.
Right.
This is not my son living in the basement.
Right.
He earns more money than his mother. Okay? God, and that's your goal, I think, as a parent, to make sure your
Absolutely.
children, especially I have a daughter, and my goal for her was to make sure she could financially take care of herself,
Amen.
because I financially had trouble,
Mm-hmm.
after divorce and that. I wanted to make sure she got the education so she could financially support herself and a child, and my son just, be a good human, be a good person, support yourself, work hard, and I accomplished both. My daughter's an extrovert, my son's an introvert.
Mm-hmm.
I have yin and yang, and we share the house basically. We split the
Okay.
costs and everything,
Good.
but at the same time, we eat dinner together at least 5 nights a week.
That's
We
very
sit down
nice.
at the table and we eat dinner. We
Good.
converse. And I understand that's important. And that's when you're alone, those are the hard things.
Yes.
Those are the hard things.
Yes.
So, my suggestion is, because I did this today, I went out and had lunch with a friend.
Mm-hmm.
She has a grown daughter. She's constantly in and out of the house between here and college, okay? So, she knows about the alone thing. She experiences it far more than I do. And she likes to go out and have lunch with friends because she does eat so many meals by herself.
Mm-hmm.
And so I understand that aspect. Maybe somebody like you're going through this. You have the dog, and I think that's great.
Mm-hmm.
If someone's alone and you're having trouble dealing with it, and you feel lonely, if you can get a pet, I'm all for it. I don't have any pets because I had kids instead. That was me. Well, I was a Navy wife, and moving around with pets it
Yes.
was a hard thing.
No. No.
So it wasn't something I was willing to do. It was
Mm-hmm.
just an extra stress, you can get rid of. So I say get a pet. If you can get a dog, a cat, a
Mm-hmm.
bird, anything.
Yes.
I like, once the snow melts and the spring comes, I have a lot of plants in the summertime. I
Mm-hmm.
pot a lot of flowers and that's what I take care of. This is what I
Right.
take care of.
Right.
And even in the house, I keep like 5 geranium plants alive in my house all winter long. And
Oh.
some
Wow.
winters, this winter was very challenging with the cold temps.
I'll bet.
So, so that's kind of like my challenge in the winter, something to take care of.
Mm-hmm.
I'll start gearing up for my spring planting soon. But,
Okay.
I understand. And then talk to friends. You and
Yeah.
I talk,
Yeah.
and there's always talk to friends.
I think getting out for a meal, because
Yes.
sitting down for a meal with someone, if you don't have someone at home to do that,
Mm-hmm.
I know every time I've gone out with my cousin or friends, I've come home feeling so refreshed and renewed. There's just something special about
Yeah.
eating food together, you know,
Yes. Definitely.
for
And it
sure.
doesn't have to be a fancy meal at all. Even if you during a nice weather, pack a little picnic lunch and just go to the park and talk and converse and have a meal
Right.
together. That's all it
So,
takes.
when did you feel the most confident in your life?
I had this really, really good job I liked a lot. I
Hmm.
had about a 50-minute commute to and from work, but I
Okay.
liked the job a lot.
Hmm.
And I felt confident in the job.
Yeah.
and I had a good boss, and
Hmm.
I felt things were really, I had turned a corner,
Yes.
and I felt real good about myself. I was making all my ends meet.
Hmm.
My daughter was in college, and things are good. And then I got laid off all of a sudden.
Oh, oh, sorry.
And yeah, and it really, that hurts a confidence.
Hmm.
That threw me for a bad loop. It took a long time before I could find another job. This was all during the banking crisis,
Okay.
and it was not until about I changed careers in my 50s before I started making the same amount of money I was making 15 years prior. I
Oh,
mean, yeah, it was, that's how big of a hit I took. And only now am I making more money than I did then. That's
okay.
how long it took to recover. But I had to
Oh,
change careers to do it.
okay. Wow.
Yeah,
Um,
I changed careers in my 50s like a crazy person.
wow. That's really inspiring though. Really inspiring.
Thank you.
So I think it goes to say you feel more powerful now than when you were younger.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's good. Besides being able to speak our minds, what freedoms come with aging that younger women don't realize?
Freedoms?
Yeah,
Well, you you have that freedom from not having to rush home because the kids are coming home from school,
right.
or rush home because you got to get dinner on, because there have been nights or days I've had having a bad day at work, and I'll text my son and I'm going, let's fend for yourself tonight.
Hmm.
He respects that because I get the same messages from him.
Right. My dad
And
used to use that phrase. It's so funny, my mom and
fend for
dad.
yourself. Yeah,
It's a
fend for
fend for
yourself.
yourself
For
kind of
yourself
night.
night.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. There's
Yeah.
always leftovers in the fridge, but that kind of freedom, like, yeah, I live with somebody, but I respect him enough to let him know that I'm not going to be home when you get home. I'm going such and such place. That's the kind of freedom where
Yeah.
when you have small kids, even a husband at home, that's hard to do.
And you travel too.
You're right. Yeah. Oh,
So
I
that
love to travel. Yeah, I can travel
you
now
can just pick
without.
up, pretty much
Yeah.
pick up and go.
Right.
Yeah. Um, I think you probably already answered that question. I was going to ask what do women gain with age?
Wisdom.
Yeah,
Definitely
wisdom.
wisdom.
Yeah. When my dad say, I wish I could be younger and know what I know now
Yeah.
then.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Definitely. I wish I could be 20 again, but know
But
what I
no,
know
yeah, I don't
now.
want to give up the wisdom or the knowledge. No way.
Right. And let
Um,
me and let me have my same kids.
exactly.
you know. Definitely.
Is there anything that surprised you or is surprising you as you get older?
Hmm. I'm surprised how white my hair has turned under the hair color. It's not gray. It just turned white,
Oh, how about that?
translucent. And well, when I was younger, there was a lot of natural red in my hair. So that's, I think I've been told that's why it's basically turning translucent on me. So as I color it, it's turning red again. It's pretty funny. I Carla, I do not look good in white hair. It's terrible on me. I've tried to grow it out a couple times, and it's like I was like I've been coloring my hair since I was in my early 30s. My first gray started to show up when I was like 17 years old.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so I've colored for years, and about 7 years ago, I let it grow out about a good 4 or 5 inches so I could really get a feel for what it looked like. And it was like, oh God, no. I looked like I was already in my 70s. And it's like, I can't do this. So back with the coloring. So now it comes out like a strawberry blonde or something, depending what color I use. So,
Right.
but yeah, gray
Um,
hair.
what advice would you give your, it says 30-year-old self?
30-year-old self, I would have told her, go back to school now.
Yeah.
Go back to school. I would tell
Yep.
my 20-year-old self the same thing. Go back
Yes.
to school.
Yeah, I was wondering if that really should be a 20-year-old question. Yeah.
Yeah. But I would
For
have
our
told
for our
30-year-old the
generation.
same thing. Go back to school. Because I
Right.
could have still done it in my 30s.
Do you have a word of advice for women who feel invisible?
You're not invisible.
Hmm.
You are not invisible. Nobody's invisible. Just be you.
Hmm.
Don't worry about how others see you. I mean, we all worry how our bosses see us. If you're doing your job to the best of your ability, you're doing your job to the best of your ability. That's great. If you feel like you can improve in your job, then improve in your job. However, that in whatever means that takes.
Right.
But you're not invisible. No one is invisible at all. And if
That's,
you feel invisible, just try to open yourself up and just say hi to somebody. Say hi, have a great day.
yeah, I would say
Huh.
someone who feels invisible might be very shy, you
Yeah,
know?
right. There's
Yeah,
some people they
that's
like being kind of invisible too. They like
yeah.
just don't bother me. I'll
Unfor
blend in with the background.
I don't, unfortunately or fortunately, I don't know which one. I've never been a shy person. So,
Depends the situation because there are times I can sit back and be completely quiet and
mhm.
at work and it's like I don't want no part of this. So I'm going to just sit back here and become part of the woodwork. And then there's times I'm out there
Carla
leading the
says
charge.
they've discovered going gray early shows a strong immune defense, apparently.
Hmm.
Wow.
Wow. Well, it's all gray underneath there now. My daughter, she was coloring because she started going gray too, and she stopped coloring her hair, and I looked at her and go, "Wow, you got more gray showing than I do." And she just started laughing. But yeah, unfortunately, she got that from her mother, but she's not coloring hers. But her gray right now looks nice. It hasn't turned translucent like it's just white.
Right.
So she's still gray. I have a cousin. She's got this beautiful thick head of hair I did
Mm.
not get, and she's let the gray go, but it's a gray. And I turned white and my hair thinned out all at the same time. So it's you see my scalp kind of white. That's how
Okay.
translucent it is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm thinning at the crown. It's not
Yeah.
fun. Not fun
Oh
at
no.
all.
Yeah. Uh,
Um, okay, so Lady Fanny, in your life, what are you the most proud of?
my children.
Yeah,
My children.
that's wonderful. Okay, so a little bit different. What do you hope people remember about you? That you were nice,
That was nice.
but what else?
That I like to travel. That I got to do those things.
Hmm.
You know, I I live some of my dreams. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? Yeah.
yes. Um, oh, this is a good question. When do you feel most like yourself?
Oh, I remember that question. You know what? I feel most myself in the evenings when I'm
Hmm.
relaxing and I'm on the couch
Hmm.
and I'm either maybe watching something on TV or something on YouTube and maybe I'm doing a puzzle.
Hmm. Is your puzzle where you do puzzles? Is it near a TV?
Yeah, it's in my
Okay,
living
because
room.
I would have to go in my dining room and not have TV.
Oh, see, I have a puzzle board.
Hmm. Oh,
It
nice.
has four drawers in it. It has wheels on the bottom so you can turn it, and it sits on top of your granddaughter may have one. They're like a folding table and chairs for little kids.
Oh, okay.
Okay, my granddaughter had one with Peppa Pig on it.
Okay.
And it sits on top of there. So I could sit on my couch and work the puzzle board, and it's just above my lap.
And these
And
are
then,
jigsaw puzzles, right?
yeah, mm-hmm,
How many pieces do you normally get?
1,000 pieces.
Okay. I keep saying this. I want to do one, but I know that I'm gonna have to show the house in the spring. I don't know if
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
We'll
also
see.
do Lego sets. I had
Yes, you
received a
do.
Lego set for Christmas the last few years. Every Christmas I've gotten one from the kids or my
Hmm.
brother. And my brother gave me a really nice one this year of a London phone box.
Yes.
And I did that during one of our snowstorms.
Yeah, it's really nice.
So,
Our Annabelle's Greg does Legos.
yeah,
Huge things though.
huge things.
Huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about that. I
Yeah,
don't know if I'd have the
this was a
patience.
it's a pretty big Lego set I did. I've done others, just but for the London one, this was my biggest one. Was the phone box so far.
Yeah.
So
So that's all for the questions. I wanted to ask you though, do you start seeds indoors for your garden?
no, I tried that and I just don't have the hang of it. Um, Geraniums are my favorite flower, and
Hmm.
I grow a lot of those. And I put geraniums, I put them in a dormancy state. And what you do is you dig up all your geraniums and you shake off as much dirt. You cut off all blooms
Hmm.
and you store them in a box upside down. You know, you leave all the leaves on it and everything
Store them in a box upside down.
upside down and in a cool, dry place.
Okay.
And then in sometime near, for me, it's around the end of March, beginning of April, I bring them out of dormancy and I cut back all the dead leaves on it. But if you, and you can kind of tell if a geranium stem is dry and dead. You cut off
Okay.
any of the dead, and you'll see fresh green in there. That plant is still alive. And I plant those in dirt. I
Hmm.
I use one big, you know, those containers that you could slide underneath your bed.
Yeah.
I use something like that, and I
Okay.
put dirt in it, and I put all the plants in it.
Okay.
In this way, I water it, and I keep it in my living room, on the floor, and in the afternoon, all the sun coming through my sliding glass door hits the geranium, so
Oh,
it's getting the
nice.
sun. When the weather's about 55 or warmer, I will take them outside and put them on the deck right outside that sliding glass door. So it starts getting, and you will start seeing the little green growth start all over again.
Right. Oh, nice.
And last year I replanted 16 geraniums and I got 15 back.
That's good.
And then there's the geraniums in single pots. I have 5 this year in my living room.
Okay.
I've kept alive. So some
Yeah.
doing better than others, but it's been that kind of winter too, where I
Yeah.
wasn't getting good sun in the window,
Right.
and because I have a big bay window, and the plants, it was too cold up there for them when we were not barely getting above double digits there for so long.
Hmm.
So, but they're back up in their sunny spot, and hopefully a couple will start bouncing back. I mean, they're still alive. They're just not happy campers at the moment.
Carla says geranium stinks. She'd rather smell
Oh,
dog poop.
see, I love the smell of geraniums.
Uh,
They're a great hardy plant
it's something that
because,
the rabbits and all aren't going to
yeah,
be chewing on because of the
no,
stink.
they um, they do well in sun or in shade.
Hmm.
They do well if they don't need it real wet. So if
No,
you
they're
can't
drought
water them,
tolerant. Yep.
it's exactly so. And they just produce the prettiest flowers. I have like blood red ones. Those are like the 16 I plant. And then I have a lavender, I have pink, I have like a raspberry color, all different shades. So,
Nice. Well, I had geraniums that I absolutely adored a couple years ago. They got
mm-hmm,
big. The foliage was this
mm-hmm,
lush, deep green, whatever
yeah,
variety they were.
mm-hmm,
And I so badly wanted to winter them over. I just had no clue, and I was too lazy to find out, so I ditched them. But I really wish that I had. And then I have seeds that I bought, I think off of eBay or Etsy, and they're a really nice variety. I
mm-hmm,
didn't plant them last year, and I know that I didn't start them inside, and I know that the planting viability goes down year to year, but I do have them. I love geraniums. I just think they're so beautiful. And my mom always did the ones with the variegated blooms.
yes.
Yeah. She called them Martha Washington.
Washington's, yes, they're
Yeah, and the leaves
beautiful.
were pointy instead
Mm-hmm,
of having that scalloped look. So,
right. Oh
but
yeah, there's different varieties. Yeah,
I'm gonna
and
miss my garden.
different Carla, different shades of geraniums smell differently. The basic red geranium does give off the most scent, where you get like my lavender ones. The ones I have in the house this year aren't giving off hardly any scent. It's the normal red geranium. The basic red geranium gives off the most scent.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah.
interesting. I remember going to Switzerland and just seeing them on balconies, like Carla's talking about, just gorgeous, gorgeous pots
Mm-hmm.
all over the place on, the wooden chalets and just
Right.
beautiful.
Yeah, I love them. They start off as a small plant, and by the end of summer, it's massive. And you can take that and cut it back and put it in a pot for inside use if you have that planting in the ground.
Hmm.
See, I have to, as I got older, I don't dig in the ground anymore and plant. Everything's in pots for me because it's easier.
That's what I'm going to transition to. Mike was still digging for me. I'm not getting
Yeah,
down and digging.
yeah, everything's in pots now. And it's easier than the smaller pots that I'm just putting a single geranium in. I bring those in the house, and then I give them the fertilizer they need to keep blooming, and I get pretty flowers all year long. Then it makes winter a little bit more tolerable.
Yeah. I had planted some perennials here that I hope might like divide some of the iris and take some, I guess it's rhizomes with me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Brody's going crazy. I am going to close this out. I wanted to thank, it's been an hour almost. Got to stretch it to an hour.
You did it
But
good.
Brody's going crazy. He's blitzing around here with his alligator
I
toy.
hear.
Yeah, I'm sure you can all hear him. He's a stinker. But you're right. For people living alone, if you can get a little companion, boy, do they make a difference. He's
Oh
been
yeah.
my buddy.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to thank you for coming and opening yourself up like that and talking to me. If any of you other ladies, I know you might not be 50 yet, but if anybody else wants to do this, let me know. I think it's a valuable series, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun getting to know everybody better.
Yeah. Every lady has a different story.
Yeah. But
Mm-hmm.
thank you to Debs for modding while you were up here. And thank you to each and every one of you who came. Thank you so much. And have a wonderful rest of your week. And I'll let you know when I'm going to do another live.
Thank you for having me, Cindy. It's been fun.
Oh, you're
I'm glad I was
welcome.
able to fill in for Becky.
Yes, I'm grateful. All right,
I
guys.
hope Becky can come up and do it with you soon.
I hope so too. Love,
Okay.
luck, and lollipops to everybody. Bye.